Hello, I'm glad you're here. I'm NatsMan, and I'm reading the Bible from the beginning to the end, from Genesis to Revelations. Please join me in this journey and make God's Word a part of your everyday life. This is video number 147, and today we're reading from the book of 1 Chronicles, starting in chapter 11. 1 Chronicles chapter 11. Then all Israel gathered themselves to David to Hebron, saying, Behold, we are your bone and your flesh. In times past, even when Saul was king, it was you who led us out and brought in Israel. Your Lord, the Lord your God, said to you, You shall be shepherd of my people Israel, and you shall be prince over my people Israel. So all the elders of Israel came to the king to Hebron, and David made a covenant with them in Hebron before the Lord. They anointed David king over Israel, and according to the Lord's word by Samuel. David and all Israel went to Jerusalem, also called Jebus, and the Jebusites, the inhabitants of the land, were there. The inhabitants of Jebus said to David, You will not come in here. Nevertheless, David took the stronghold of Zion. The same is David's city. David had said, Whoever strikes the Jebusites first shall be chief and captain. Joab, the son of Zeruiah, went up first and was made chief. David lived in the stronghold, therefore they called it David's city. He built the city all around, from Milo even around, and Joab repaired the rest of the city. David grew greater and greater, for the Lord of armies was with him. Now these are the chief of the mighty men whom David had, who showed themselves strong with him in his kingdom, together with all Israel, to make him king according to the Lord's word concerning Israel. This is the number of the mighty men whom David had: Jashobim, the son of Hachmonite, the chief of the 30. He lifted up his spear against 300 and killed them at one time. After him was Eleazar, the son of Doda, and Ahohite, who was one of the 3 mighty men. He was with David at Pasdammim, and there the Philistines were gathered together to battle, where there was a plot of ground full of barley, and the people fled from before the Philistines. They stood in the middle of the plot, defended it, and killed the Philistines, and the Lord saved them by a great victory. 3 of the 30 chief men went down to the rock to David, into the cave of Adullam, and the army of the Philistines were encamped in the valley of Rephaim. David was then in the stronghold, and the garrison of the Philistines was in Bethlehem at that time. David longed and said, Oh, that someone would give me water to drink from the well of Bethlehem, which is by the gate. The 3 broke through the army of the Philistines and drew water out of the well of Bethlehem that was by the gate, took it and brought it to David. But David would not drink any of it, but poured it out to the Lord and said, My God forbid me that I should do this. Shall I drink the blood of these men who have put their lives in jeopardy? For they risked their lives to bring it. Therefore he would not drink it. The 3 mighty men did these things. Abishai, the brother of Joab, was chief of the 3, for he lifted up his spear against 300 and killed them, and had a name amongst the 3. Of the 3 he was more honorable than the 2, and was made their captain. However, he wasn't included in the 3. Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, the son of a valiant man of Kabzeel, who had done mighty deeds, killed the 2 sons of Ariel of Moab. He also went down and killed a lion in the middle of a pit on a snowy day. He killed an Egyptian, a man of great stature, 5 cubits high, In the Egyptian's hand was a spear like a weaver's beam, and he went down to him with a staff, plucked the spear out of the Egyptian's hand, and killed him with his own spear. Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, did these things and had a name amongst the 3 mighty men. Behold, he was more honorable than the 30, but he didn't attain to the 3, and David set him over his guard. The mighty men of the armies also include Asahel, the brother of Joab, Elchanan, the son of Doda of Bethlehem, Shemuth the Hararite, Helez the Pelonite, Ira the son of Ikesh the Tekatite, Abiezer the Anathothite, Sibekiah the Hushathite, Eliah the Ahohite, Mahariah the Netophathite, Helid the son of Baanah the Nephathatite, Ithiah the son of Ribiah of Gibeah of the children of Benjamin the Pirathonite, Huriah of the brooks of Gash, Abiel the Arbathite, Asmaveth the Baharumite, Eliabah the Shalbanite, the sons of Hashem the Gizonite, Jonathan the son of Shagi the Hararite, Ahiam the son of Sakar the Hariite, Eliphal the son of Hefer the Mecherathite, Ahijah the Pelonite, Hezro the Carmelite, Nariah the son of Esbiah, Joel the brother of Nathan, Mibhar the son of Hagri, Zelek the Ammonite, Nahariah the Beerothite, the armor-bearer of Job the son of Zeruiah, Ira the Ithrite, Gareb the Ithrite, Uriah the Hittite, Zabad the son of Aliah, Adinah the son of Shiza the Reubenite, the chief of the Reubenites, and 30 with him. Hanan the son of Maacah, Josaphat the Mithnite, Uzziah the Ashtarathite, Shema and Jeiel the sons of Hotham, and the Hotham the Ararite, Jediel the son of Shimri, and Joha his brother the Tizite, Eliel the Mahavite, and Jeribiah and Joshaviah the sons of Elnaam, and Ithmah the Moabite, Eliel, Obed, and Jaziel the Mesobate. That is the end of Chronicles 11. 1 Chronicles 12. Now these are those who came to David to Ziklag while he was a fugitive from Saul the son of Kish. They were amongst the mighty men, his helpers in war. They were armed with bows and could use both the right hand and the left in slinging stones and in shooting arrows from the bow. They were of Saul's relatives of the tribe of Benjamin. The chief was Ahiezer, then Joash, the sons of Shimei, and Shimei the Gibbethite, Jeziel and Pelet, the sons of Asmaveth, Berekah, Jeha the Anathothite, Ishmaelith the Gibeonite, a mighty man amongst the 30, and a leader of the 30. Jeremiah, Jehaziel, Johanan, Jozabad, the Gederathite, Eluziah, Jeremoth, Beliah, Shemariah, Shephatiah, the Haruphite, Elkanah, Ishaiah, Azarel, Jozir, and Joshobim, the Korahites, and Joelah, Zebediah, the sons of Jeroham of Gedor. Some Gadites joined David in the stronghold in the wilderness, mighty men of valor, men trained for war, who could handle shield and spear, whose faces were like the faces of lions, and they were as swift as the gazelles on the mountain. Ezer the chief, Obadiah the second, Eliab the third, Mishmannah the fourth, Jeremiah the fifth, Attiah the sixth, Eliel the seventh, Johanan the eighth, Elzabad the ninth, Jeremiah the 10th, and Machbaniah the 11th. These of the sons of Gad were captains of the army. He who was least was equal to 100, and the greatest to 1,000. These are those who went over the Jordan in the first month, when it had overflowed all its banks, and they put to flight all who lived in the valleys, both towards the east and towards the west. Some of the children of Benjamin and Judah came to the stronghold of David. David went out to meet them and answered them, "If you have come peaceably to me to help me, my heart will be united with you. But if you have come here to betray me to my adversaries, since there is no wrong in my hands, may the God of our fathers see this and rebuke it." Then the Spirit came on Amasai, who was chief of the 30, and he said, "We are yours, David, and on your side, you son of Jesse. Peace, peace be to you, and peace be to your helpers, for your God helps you." Then David received them and made them captains of the band. Some of the Manasseh, who also joined David when he came with the Philistines against Saul to battle, but they didn't help him, for the lords of the Philistines sent him away after consultation, saying, "He will desert to his master Saul to the jeopardy of our heads." As he went to Ziklag, some from Manasseh joined him: Abnah, Jozabad, Jediel, Michael, Jozabad, Elihu, and Zilithai, captains of thousands, who were of Manasseh. They helped David against the bands of raiders, for they were all mighty men of valor and were captains in the army. For from day to day men came to David to help him, until there was a great army like God's army. These are the numbers of the heads of those who were armed for war, who came to David to Hebron to turn the kingdom of Saul to him, according to the Lord's word. The children of Judah who bore shield and spear were 6,800 armed for war. Of the children of Simeon, mighty men of valor for the war, 7,100. Of the children of Levi, 4,600. Jehoiada was the leader of the household of Aaron, and with him were 3,700. And Zadok, the young man mighty of valor, and of his father's house, 22 captains. Of the children of Benjamin, Saul's relatives, 3,000, for until then the greatest part of them had kept their allegiance to Saul's house. Of the children of Ephraim, 20,800 mighty men of valor, famous men in their fathers' houses. Of the half-tribe of Manasseh, 18,000, who were mentioned by name to come and make David king. Of the children of Issachar, men who had understanding of the times, to know what Israel ought to do, their heads were 200, and all their brothers who were at their command. Of Zebulun, such as were able to go out in the army, who could set the battle in array with all kinds of instruments of war, 50,000, who could command and were not of double heart. Of Naphtali, 1,000 captains, and with them shield and spear, 37,000. Of the Danites, who could set the battle in array, 28,600. Of Asher, such as were able to go out in the army, who could set the battle in array, 40,000. On the other side of the Jordan, of the Reubenites, the Gadites, and of the half-tribe of Manasseh, with all kinds of instruments of war for battle, 120,000. All these were men of war who could order the battle array, and came with a perfect heart to Hebron to make David king over all Israel. And all the rest also of Israel were of one heart to make David king. They were there with David 3 days, eating and drinking, for their brothers had supplied provisions for them. Moreover, those who were near to them, as far as Issachar, Zebulun, and Naphtali, brought bread on donkeys, on camels, on mules, and on oxen, supplies of flour, cakes of figs, clusters of raisins, wine, oil, cattle, and sheep in abundance, for there was joy in Israel. That is the end of 1 Chronicles chapter 12 and the end of this video. That was the book of 1 Chronicles, chapters 11 and 12 on video number 147. I'd like to thank you for joining me in this project, this endeavor to read the entire Bible. I hope you enjoyed listening to it as much as I enjoyed reading it. Please feel free to comment if you'd like, and also please subscribe and give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If this is your first visit to NatsMan Reads the Bible, I leave a link in the description below to the intro video that explains what I'm working to accomplish here. I hope you come back for the next video, and until then, thank you. I hope you have a blessed day. I'm NatsMan, and I'm out.